9,000 years ago, a demon emerged and ended the long war between demons and angels in the most brutal manner, ruling the entire world. This demon was the demon king Mundus. By his side was his most trusted chief lieutenant, Sparta. However, Sparta betrayed him. He fell in love with the angel Eva, and they even had hybrid children of both angel and demon blood, Dante and Vergil. Yet this forbidden love could not last. They could not hide from Mundus forever. He came to Sparta's home and killed his mother in front of Dante, who used her life to buy time for her family to escape. To protect his sons, Sparta hid them separately in the human world and wiped their memories for their own protection. Afterward, he was exiled by Mundus, facing endless punishment and suffering. Mundus' greatest fear was the Nephilim, as only the hybrid offspring of angels and demons could kill him. As time passed, Mundus came to dominate humanity through the financial industry. However, in his heart, Sparta's son Dante remained the greatest potential threat. Over the years, he has been trying to hunt down Dante, who grew up to be a rebellious young man. Growing up in an orphanage, his personality became as defiant as his weapon, rebellion. His powerful bloodline allowed him to heal wounds easily. One day, a girl named Kat approached him, claiming that the hunter demon had discovered his whereabouts. Before Dante could think too much about it, the hunter appeared in the distant ocean and dragged Dante into a parallel plane called Limbo. Faced with a sudden attack, Dante quickly put on his clothes in the chaos and retrieved his signature handguns, ebony and ivory. Armed with his weapons, he easily dealt with the demons blocking his way. Dante was obviously very wary of this stranger, Kat. She quickly explained that she was a medium who could project her consciousness into Limbo, and she could find a way to help him leave Limbo. However, the hunter didn't give up. He damaged a Ferris wheel and hurled it towards Dante, but it only ended up giving Dante a coat. Unfortunately, civilians in the human world suffered as a result. The buildings in Limbo exist parallel to those in the human world, but humans cannot see Dante and the demons. With Kat's help, Dante began to fight the hunter, landing solid blows with each strike. After defeating the hunter, Kat approached him again. She knew about Dante's background and invited him to join her organization, the Order. The leader of the Order seemed eager to meet Dante, so the two went to the Order's headquarters. The Order is an organization intent on exposing the demons and freeing the world from their control. The person holding Yamato was Vergil, who immediately asked Dante if he remembered him. Dante, puzzled, replied that he had meningitis when he was 7 and had forgotten past events. Vergil excitedly noted that only humans get meningitis, which Dante wouldn't, because he is a Nephilim. To prove this, Vergil took Dante back to their old home and had him enter Limbo to find answers. As Dante explored their former home, he realized that Vergil was his twin brother, and his buried memories resurfaced. Unlike Dante's tragic childhood, Vergil was adopted by a wealthy family, and his privileged life shifted his focus from seeking power to fighting demon king Mundus. Yet deep down, Vergil seemed unwilling to remain in obscurity. After reuniting, the brothers immediately began plotting to overthrow Mundus' rule. Fortunately, Mundus mistakenly believed that Sparta had only one son, Dante, which they could use to their advantage to defeat Mundus. Currently, Mundus resides in the world's most powerful bank, Silver Sachs Tower. He controls the world through debt, and to better manage this human farm, he has installed surveillance cameras worldwide using his news company and even created a brainwashing beverage. Now, Dante and Vergil's mission is to destroy the beverage factory and the news company to force the impulsive and irritable Mundus to reveal himself. Their first target is the beverage factory, which produces a drink that claims to reduce body weight by 21% and increase sex appeal by 63%. Although it appears to be a perfect drink, its hidden secret is that it is made from the excretions extracted from demons. The drink's raw material is produced by a succubus. With Kat's help, Dante infiltrates deeper into the factory, and after navigating the unpredictable ventilation shafts, he finally confronts the succubus. Her enormous body rides, with tubes connecting her to the secret formula that continuously flows upwards. Upon seeing Dante, the succubus reveals her hideously true form. After exchanging insults, the succubus immediately attacks. However, her massive and sluggish body cannot harm Dante in the slightest. She can only endure Dante's relentless assaults, paying for her reckless words when Dante tears off her connection to the tubes. Without support, the succubus is sucked into a giant fan. With the drink's original formula lost, Mundus' funding source is also destroyed. Meanwhile, in Silver Sachs Tower, Mundus senses something amiss. His mistress, Lilith, asks him what's wrong, and Mundus realizes that Dante has killed the succubus. Kat then shares her own story. She lived in a foster family where her foster father was a demon who attacked her almost every night. Through this torment, Kat developed the special ability to enter Limbo. In Limbo, she received Vergil's help, allowing her to personally end her demon foster father's life. Overthrowing Mundus' rule has thus become her greatest wish. After learning about Kat's tragic past, Dante resolved to end Mundus' rule. They began planning to destroy the news company that surveilled humanity. The head of the news company, Bob, could only be taken down by entering the news tower through Limbo. Cat opened the portal, and Dante jumped in without hesitation. This world, like the news company, could turn black into white, with everything being the opposite of the real world. Dante then encountered an old man named Phineas. Dante helped him retrieve his stolen eye. Phineas was once a scholar, inventor, and prophet, but for some reason, he had been exiled here by Mundus for hundreds of years. To repay Dante, Phineas opened the path ahead and guided Dante to an ancient Nephilim statue. It was here that Dante awakened his demon powers, allowing him to enter a demonized state, turning his hair white and slowing down the world around him. As they parted, Phineas asked Dante a question: if he really killed Mundus, who would take his place? This question made Dante ponder. Phineas, also wanting revenge against Mundus, revealed that Mundus' mistress, Lilith, was pregnant. To thoroughly infuriate Mundus, eliminating his mistress and child would be the best option. Dante then continued towards the news tower. Using his agility, he successfully infiltrated the tower, which turned into a news interface, quite literally fighting through the network. Bob revealed his true form, slandering Dante in the news and even dragging him into it. Dante had to fend off demons while listening to Bob list his supposed crimes. Dante didn't care about these slanders and focused entirely on attacking Bob's true form. Bob then revealed that SWAT teams were raiding the Order's headquarters, putting Vergil and Cat in danger. Dante seized an opportunity and killed Bob with 2 shots. Without lingering, he hurried back to the Order's headquarters, which was already surrounded by numerous SWAT teams. Using Limbo's ability to alter buildings, Dante helped Cat temporarily evade the pursuers. Then, Dante met up with Vergil in Limbo. To help Vergil transfer the Order's sensitive data, Dante had to guard the server room to buy time. If Mundus got hold of this data, all their efforts would be in vain. Using his demonized state, Dante withstood wave after wave of attacks. After Vergil successfully transferred the data, Cat found herself trapped in the human world with no way out. Dante could only watch helplessly as she was dragged away. Mundus planned to use Cat to force Vergil to hand over Dante, but Vergil didn't care about her fate. Instead, he was contemplating how to leverage Mundus' ignorance of their identities for a breakthrough. Dante, however, wasn't one to abandon someone in need. As the brothers argued, Dante suddenly thought of using Mundus' mistress, Lilith, as a hostage to exchange for Cat. Vergil quickly agreed, not because he cared about Cat, but because capturing Lilith could lure Mundus out using his unborn child. They immediately began planning the kidnapping of Lilith. Dante went to a high-end club she ran, a place for the elite to indulge in pleasure. From a high vantage point, Lilith watched the revelry below and soon spotted Dante. Overestimating her abilities, Lilith decided to fight Dante herself to earn favor with Mundus. Lilith then summoned her unborn child, which rapidly grew from her back into a gigantic form, absorbing Lilith into its body. Dante mercilessly pulled Lilith out from it and then dealt with the creature. Ultimately, Lilith was defeated and became a hostage to threaten Mundus. Reluctantly, Mundus agreed to the exchange. At the exchange site, Vergil picked up an assault rifle, and as the hostages were about to be exchanged, Vergil shot Lilith in the stomach and then finished her off as she and Cat passed each other. Seeing Lilith shot dead, both sides immediately began exchanging fire. Mundus flew into a rage, willing to destroy the city to capture the trio. Dante used his demonized state to slow time, repeatedly helping Vergil and Cat out of danger. After escaping, they began planning their final assault. Mundus had expended a great deal of energy and hadn't recovered from his last outburst, making it the perfect time to strike. They launched an attack on Silver Sack's tower. Vergil sneaked in through the back, while Dante launched a frontal assault to distract the enemies. After causing chaos, Dante successfully reached the core and reunited with Vergil. Dante finally confronted Mundus. Seeing the demon who killed his mother, Dante taunted Mundus about the pain of losing his child. Mundus was utterly enraged, unleashing a powerful energy blast that sent Dante flying. Dragging Dante from the tower's top down to the buildings below, intent on ripping out Dante's heart. Vergil used this opportunity to close the Hellgate with Yamato, cutting off Mundus' energy source. However, this also shattered the barrier between Limbo and the human world, flooding the human realm with demons. As Mundus reeled in shock, Vergil attacked him with Yamato. It was only then that Mundus realized Sparta had 2 sons. He fell to the ground, and a glob of Dante's spit followed him down. Mundus didn't die immediately, he absorbed everything around him, growing enormously. The brothers fought him together. Dante used his demonized state to attack Mundus' weak points, while Vergil was absorbed into Mundus' body. Working together, with Dante attacking from outside and Vergil from within, the once invincible Demon King was finally slain by the hands of Dante and Vergil. With Mundus' fall, the human world returned to normal. Those controlled by demons awoke and began spreading the demons' crimes across the internet. The trio watched the war-torn city from above, realizing that the demons' reign was over and humanity was on the brink of freedom. However, Vergil's next words shocked everyone. His true intention was to seize control of the world alongside his brother after defeating Mundus. Vergil had changed. No longer seeking mere power, he now craved authority. But Dante wanted humanity to be free, not under anyone's rule. He felt that doing otherwise would make them no different from Mundus. Since they couldn't agree, they prepared for a final, decisive battle. Vergil wielded his sharp Yamato, but no matter where they fought, Vergil, in his pursuit of power and authority, could never defeat Dante, who inherited his father's proud spirit. Vergil fell. As Dante prepared to end his life, Cat intervened and pleaded for Vergil's life. Dante spared him, and in doing so, his black hair turned white, symbolizing his new resolve to protect this world. Defeated and full of anger and resentment, Vergil silently left, marking the point where the two brothers became true enemies.